Hello everyone, Dr. Destroy here, and welcome to the evolution of trust. It says it's gonna be like 30 minutes of playthrough, but I don't... Whoa, they move. I don't know if it's gonna take me like... During World War I, peace broke out. It was Christmas 1914 on the Western Front. Despite strict orders not to chillax with the enemy, British and German soldiers left their trenches, crossed no man's land, and gathered to bury their dead, exchanging gifts and playing games. Meanwhile, it's 2017, the West has been at peace for decades, and wow, we suck at trust. Survey shows that over the past 40 years, fewer and fewer people say they trust each other, so here's our puzzle. Why, even in peacetime, do friends become enemies? And even in wartime, do enemies become friends? I think game theory can help explain our epidemic of distrust and how we can fix it. So understand all this. Let's play a game. Okay. A game of trust. You have one choice in front of you is a machine. If you put a coin in the machine, the other player gets 3 coins and vice versa. You both can choose to either cooperate, put in a coin, or cheat, don't put in a coin. Let's say the other player cheats and doesn't put in a coin. You should... You know what? I'm not mean, so I'll cooperate. Alas, turning the other cheek just gets you slapped. If you cooperate, they cheat, you lose a coin while they gain 3. However, if you both cheat, neither of you can gain nor lose anything, therefore you should cheat. Well, let's say the other person cooperates and puts in a coin. What should you do now? Cooperate. I don't want to be mean. Sure seems like the right thing to do, or is it? Because if you both cooperate, you both give up a coin to gain 3. Plus 2 versus plus 2. But if you cheat, they cooperate, you gain 3 coins at the cost of 1. Plus 3 versus minus 1. Therefore, you should still cheat. But I don't want to. And that's our dilemma. Trust is nice, but it can let others take advantage of you. And man, I already have trust issues. This is not helping. Or shoot you as you come unarmed out of a trench. Sometimes distrust is rational. Now, what happens if we play this game more than once? Okay, now let's play for real. You'll be playing against 5 different opponents, each with their own game strategy. With each opponent, you'll play anywhere between 3 to 7 rounds. You won't know in advance when the last round is. Can you trust them, or rather, can they trust you? Pick your first real move. Cooperate. E. Sweet. I'm going to cheat. Damn it. Cheat. Cheat. Okay. Cooperate. So they're not very nice. Okay. Oh, I feel so mean. No, I'll cooperate more. I'm sorry. Cheat. Oh, that's fair. I don't like cheating. Okay. I'm going to cooperate. And now this. lowest and highest possible scores are 7 to 49 respectively. So who are these strange characters you just played against? 1. Copycat. Hello, I start with cooperative and afterwards I just copy whatever you did in the last round. Meow. Okay. Always cheat. The strong shall eat the weak. I don't like that. Let's always cooperate. Let's be best friends. Grudger, listen partner, I'll start cooperating and keep cooperating, but if you ever cheat me, I'll cheat you back till the end of tarnation. Okay. Detective, first I analyze you and I start cooperation, cheat, cooperate. If you cheat back, I'll act like copycat. If you never cheat back, I'll act like always cheat to exploit you. Elementary, my dear Watson. Now what if these characters were to play against each other? It's tournament time. Each character will now play against every other character. That's 10 paired matches and 10 rounds per match. Who do you think will get the highest total score? Think carefully about it and then place your bets. Probably the cheat. Alright, you placed your bets on always cheat. Let's go through the matches one by one and see how the tournament plays out. Okay, so copycat -1. Cheat got 3. Oh, by the way, yeah, 20 and 20. You may be skeptical about that Christmas true story about the World War I trenches. Surely that was just a fluke. Yes, the truce was dramatic, but is neither unique nor unusual. Not every trench joins in peace, but it was pretty widespread. Many front lines came up with the idea interpretably, and again, despite scientific strict orders not to. And in fact, before Christmas, several front lines already had established an unofficial secret peace. They called it live and let live system. Basically, you don't shoot me, I don't shoot you. And this worked out in a lot of places. You may still be skeptical. Most soldiers don't spontaneously form peace with the enemy. What's so special about trench warfare? Oh, here's what's unique about the trenches. Unlike almost every other form of war, you have to face the same specific soldiers every day. It's a repeated game that makes us all the difference. Anyways, and the winner is Copycat. success. They exploit the naive, always cooperators. Once they've ran out of them, they have to face the copycats who are nice but not naive. By simply copying the other player's move, copycats can play nice with each other, while always cheat will just cheat themselves. Not only that, but that means copycat can give always cheat a taste of their own medicine. So as a result, copycat inherits the earth. So in the long run, you were right. Copycat wins. Always cheat may have won in the short run, but its exploitiveness was its downfall. This reminds me of a quote: "We are punished by our sins, but not for them." Oh, and by the way, this result is similar if we put Grudger and Detective back in. Note sometimes a few grudges may stick around because when all players except Grudger and Copycat are eliminated, the two tie. So it seems the math of game theory is telling us something that Copycat's philosophy, do unto others as you would do unto you. Oh, as you would have them do unto you. Might not just be moral truth, but also mathematical truth. However, there's a problem. Look around. The world's full yet. To understand the problems, let's say two copycats are playing against each other. Being nice players, both their first moves will be cooperating. And normally, they just pay back each other's kindness and sing Kumbaya until the end of time. But what if we try to recuperate goodness? Mistakes, miscommunication, misinterpretations, accidents happen all the time in real life. But if the other person doesn't think it was an accident, the other player being copycat had to retaliate. And you being a copycat, well, you also have to retaliate. Thus, like Hatfields and McCoys, these two copycats will spiral into an endless cycle of vengeance, asserted over a single mistake long ago. Tragic, but there are other types of players who can deal with the mistake. Let's meet some new faces, or hats anyways. Copy Kitten. Hello, I'm like Copycat, except I cheat back only after you cheat me twice in a row. After all, the first one could be a mistake. Simpleton. Hi, I try to start cooperate. If you cooperate back, I'll do the same thing as the last move, even if it is a mistake. If you cheat back, I will do the opposite thing as last move, even if it is a mistake. Random. Monkey, robot, ninja, pizza, tacos. Lol, I'm so random. Just plays, cheats, or cooperates randomly with 50-50 chance. Alright, well, let's see how these peeps do when they play in a tournament. I'll start with doesn't always cooperate. These are all winners. The fair copycat. And 3 new characters. The forgiving copykitten, the dull simpleton, and the silly random. Each round of a match, players will have a small chance of making a mistake. Let's say 5%. Who do you think will come on top? Be careful when placing your bets. Copycat. Alright, you bet on Copykitten wins. Let's find out. Your bet was close, but no cigar. Simpleton wins this because Simpleton is actually capable of exporting always cooperate. They both start cooperating, but if Simpleton makes a mistake and cheats, the